I can't believe I forgot the most important part of this entire build last time. I was supposed to put the dragon egg up here and I completely forgot about it. This is like the whole reason I made this pedestal, but it's finally at its new home forever. And maybe I should put a light in here or something to kind of make it glow a little bit. Yeah, maybe I should have put like a pearlescent frog light right here. That would probably look good, or something up there to kind of glow down onto it. Last episode, we built the observatory here, and if it taught me anything, it is that I need to create or add farms to this world. I have no quality of life farms at all. I need quartz. I don't even think I have like a full sugarcane farm built. I have a little one in the gunpowder farm, but that's about it. Other than that, I'm I can't believe I've made this many builds already and haven't focused on some farms, because they're one of my favorite things about this game. So for this area, for the mega base area, I will be needing a lot of quartz. That's one of the big things that we talked about last episode. And I talked about designing or maybe doing a bartering farm. And there's two main ways to gather quartz, and it's bartering or it's like a villager trading hall. And I decided to go with making a bartering farm, mainly because a trading hall is something that was going to take a really long time, and it's a lot quicker in my opinion to kind of go through and make a quick gold farm and a bartering farm than it is to kind of go through the trades of villagers and get the perfect trade and trade through all of them. So that's going to take a while. Plus, I think that the only place I really have an idea to set up a trading hall right now is the observatory, and that's mainly going to be librarians and cartographers. There's not really an area where I can even set up one yet, but I do have a plan. So right through here, we have that major hit that we built a couple episodes ago. A lot of people don't even know that this is really here, because I don't even think it's in the thumbnail. I think I showed something else off in the thumbnail when this bit was built. So right here we have the entrance finally dug out. It took a while, but I think it's probably one of the coolest little entrances. Once the fog starts to kind of build up around the other entrance there, and it just starts to slowly build in. Oh, it's so cool. It's going to be so good when this whole thing is done. But you can tell just from like me walking in here. I usually don't walk, I fly through it, but it is massive. Since we're going to be doing a lot more farms in the next couple of episodes, I decided we're going to take a look at the pit and kind of explain what my idea is around it. We won't be doing anything in here today, but I will say that this is being designed. I'm working on a design right now, and I got some cool ideas, so it'll be kind of fun to get this thing kind of finally put into use, because it's still really cool. I love it a lot. And I haven't decided yet if I want to put a big dome around this or not, or leave it open like this. I think it looks cool from down here, but above, you can't really tell that there's a pit right here. So I think down the road, we're going to probably put an actual trading hall in here, one of the ones where all the villagers are kind of stored away, locked away into their own little holes for the rest of their lives. They're going to go in here, as well as some of the other mega redstone farms that we're going to work on, something like a super smelter. And I think I'm going to put a big storage system down here, like an automatic storage system or something like that. This will be the main area when we come into this mega base area, I think. So we'll be spending a little bit of time over here over the next couple of episodes. So we won't have a whole lot of big builds to do, but once I get these farms put in, the builds should start to flow a little bit better for me. Right now, all of our farms are back over here at the main area, and they're over in this little small industrial district we got going over here. I really need to come back through here and work on the interiors, because the outsides are starting to come together. But I have some good ideas for what to do to make this feel more industrial in here. This is like the only sugarcane farm I have, and it's awful. I don't AFK here very often because I don't really need to. All of the gunpowder just kind of, like, I'm just standing here and we're getting creepers, so I don't really need to AFK, which means I don't have a whole lot of sugarcane just kind of building up in the background. But I think adding some like pipes and a furnace over here and stuff like that would probably be a really good way to kind of just make this room feel more industrial. Because right now, I think I kind of have the right idea with the way the sugarcane farm looks. It kind of has like a little industrial furnace-y type look to it, and I kind of made it fit into that wall pretty all right. And then of course I have to add even a pathway over here to this guy. And I think that this is still one of my favorite structure buildings I've made. I love the color palette, the windows, and just like all the side windows and stuff like that. I think it looks really good. But of course, the inside still empty. But I got a good buildup of mud going on in here. And speaking of the pathway, I did live stream, and I think I'll do this more often, where I went through and kind of, I widened out this path. I think I added a path around here, or started to, just to kind of start to build up the terrain a little bit, little by little, because otherwise, if I made a whole episode on it, I don't even know where I'd begin. I went through and widened out this pathway a little bit, and I think it actually looks a lot better. And then I came through with bone meal and just went a little crazy. And in the EchoCraft video, I kept all of the grass short, but I think the overgrown look kind of fits over here because it's a flower forest. So it just looks, it looks pretty good. Along this side, I don't think I show this very often, but we do have a pathway around here. And I was planning eventually on adding villagers over here, but I don't show this very much. So I added a little area over here to connect around to the axolotl pond and this guy where I actually get a lot of my emeralds from. I come through him to sell fish. I don't show it a lot, but I love the way that this area looks. I think the last time that we actually came back here and talked about this area was when we added the pond and the cherry blossom tree, and I don't remember how long it's been since then. But I think if I just keep streaming every now and then and kind of adding these small little details to the area, it'll make me more motivated to come through and clean up all of the chests and all of the random little doodads laying around, and eventually expanding this area, because I still do want to add more to the starter area, especially because I do like this thing. I think this was one of my my first structures I actually made. That was not that guy. It was this one, I think. I can't remember. It's been so long, but I honestly really love the idea I was going for. So it's like two buildings kind of next to each other, like mashed next to each other. We got one building here, and then we got the secondary building here, and this houses the tree farm. So we got like this little farming area, and I think I really want to add like a house over here that has like a bridge that kind of like a walkway bridge that kind of connects to the house that'll be over here and goes across this little pathway. I think that'll be cool, and then eventually adding more buildings on this side. I'm not really sure if I should make them into farms as well, but it'd be cool to maybe add some villagers and stuff into them. Yeah, if we come through here, I widened the pathway a little bit more and added bone meal, and I think it looks nice. It looks a lot better than it did before. There was well, before it kind of looked like this. It was a pathway and nothing around it with a spam of torches, which I got made fun of because, well, listen, back in the day, you didn't have the torches or light level being 0. It was light level 7, and it's so easy for it to be light level 7 if you miss a torch. So I just lit it all up, and it was safe. And it was safe here. I had villagers everywhere, so I didn't want them to die. I think I still got some villagers over here, and then we actually went through and tossed a couple villagers down here, and they seem to escape. So I got to figure out a way to keep them in here. I thought that you could add like fences on top of, kind of like this. You could add a fence with a carpet, and it would stop them from walking through, but that's not the case. So I got to find a way to keep these guys in here, because it'd be fun to have some librarians just walking around in here. Like, there's 2 of them right now. These are the good ones. I think it's Unbreaking and Mending. Or Depth Strider? Why are you here? I thought it was Unbreaking. Oh, yeah, okay. Unbreaking and Mending. It's just one villager. Why did I put this guy in here? You're not very important. Yeah, I'll probably live stream a little bit more often and kind of just do some fun things like that, because it was a lot of fun and it's also kind of relaxing. But as you can see, I have a lot of the materials for the gold/bartering farm already made. Ooh, you're ready. I do need turtle eggs, which I've never gathered turtle eggs. I don't even know how to get them. I think you breed the turtles with seagrass, but I could be wrong. And then once they make an egg, I don't know how to break them. I think I can use Silk Touch. We'll find out. Also, it's been a long time since you guys have seen this probably, but I still love this farm as well. I think that this little grid design with all the potatoes and the beets and the sugarcane, this is still where I get most of my sugarcane from, and the netherwort and the pumpkins and melons. Oh, I think I did a pretty good job with this little room. I use it a lot. It'd be nice to kind of make the rest of the cave start to look like this room a little bit, maybe taller ceilings, but I I think I did pretty good with this one. It was a good start, at least. I don't know if I've seen turtles around here. If I had to guess, it'd be along the shore over here, but I wonder if they were even around when this world was made. I can't remember. Oh, there's some right there. Yeah, I got some. Super close. Okay, that works out. Is there two? Or is there just one? He's got his own little island. Oh, is it just one guy? No, I need more. Is he floating, swimming around or anything? Oh, is that a guy over there? Some squid. Hey, man. Do you like seagrass? What's your... Do you have a partner? Are you stranded here? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you be. I gotta maybe fly around and find a different spot. I feel like this is all prime turtle spawn. And I haven't seen any. I didn't know that they were so rare to spawn. I thought they were pretty common. Hey, I bet that's one of my birds. You are one of my birds. Hey, oh man, how are you doing? I forgot I have a village, or a jungle over here. You were supposed to... Hey, hop on my shoulder. I'll take you back to the village. This guy was supposed to be one of the birds going to the fishing village, but clearly he didn't make it, and I thought I lost him. Aha, there you are. My bird's still here? Yeah, perfect. Okay. Oh, there's so many. Now what? Uh-oh, how long does it take for eggs to show up? How do I know? Oh. I've never done this before. What just happened? Do eggs spawn? Hello? I have no idea what I'm doing. Aha! Why did this guy make eggs and this one didn't? Are you stuck? Here, let me help you. Get up out of there. I think 13 is plenty. That actually didn't take as long as I expected. So the next thing we got to do is find a very large lava lake in the nether. In the nether waste area. That will help so we don't have to spawn proof everything underneath the bedrock ceiling. But I don't know if there's any close by. So that probably is going to take the longest out of this whole process, because once I get the farm, or once I find that spot, getting the farm up and running shouldn't take too long. Okay, I think this is probably going to be the biggest one I can find for now. Let's go into free cam. It'll be a little safer. So we have a soul sand valley right there, and I can't ever remember what this biome is called. The warp forest biome right there, but right in the middle here is nether waste. If we find the middle of this area, which I think is probably like here-ish, I think it'll probably be the perfect spot, because then we don't have to do a lot of lighting anything up. In fact, I'll probably just get rid of this whole little thing and light up any little caves there are around, and maybe might not need to light anything up around here. I think we'll be okay. This is a pretty big area. So here should be everything that we're going to need for this farm. We're going to start with Gnembom's gold farm. And I chose his because, one, it looks really cool, and two, it doesn't mess with nether portals, which I don't really like doing farms with nether portals because I don't understand them yet. I know that they increase efficiency because they're taking the mobs, putting them in the overworld, and then bringing them back, so the mob cap doesn't get affected here, so it can just keep dumping mobs in. But I don't really want to deal with that. It confuses me, and this one I kind of understand. So we're going to make the magma block leveled kind of farm that goes all the way up into the sky. And then once that gold farm's done, we're going to build the bartering system below. And that one I kind of designed myself with a little bit of help from another video by Potato Noir. He had his own gold farm and then a bartering system. I tried to use his bartering system's like functionality with the sorting, because I thought that was probably the most efficient way to do it, because it was like a small little area versus like a huge back and forth crazy sorting system. So it kind of simplifies it a lot. So Gnembom and Potato Noir, those are the videos I'm going off of here. We'll start with the gold farm to get maybe a little bit of the gold stored up. So I did attempt to actually try to make a build for this thing. You'll see once we get it done, it's a crazy huge like pillar in the sky. I thought it'd be too cool to try to do a build around it, but it just turned out to take too much time. I spent like a week or so trying to design it, and I wasn't feeling it. I had some good ideas. I wanted to try to make it like a super heavy duty industrial area, since we're in the Nether and it's kind of like a wasteland. If we had this, it's hard to explain with it not being built yet, so maybe I'll do it later. But my idea was to make it like tons of pipes and steam, and like make it look like industrialized, like super heavy duty industrialized kind of a thing, because I think it makes sense in here. All my factories in the overworld are a little bit more on the clean side. So if we were in here, and if we eventually start to build farms up around this area, which I kind of think would be kind of a cool idea, if we just make it like heavy duty factories that look crazy and have pipes and scaffolding and just make it look crazy. I might continue to work on the design, but for now I think we're just going to build the farm. I did a very big dumb. I miscounted. I made this 3 blocks higher than it needed to be. Originally, this is the second build. I had to tear this entire thing down and rebuild it. And luckily I caught that before I built the rest of the system. Otherwise, this video probably would have taken a while. I lost motivation there for a little bit. It was about 2 weeks of me not wanting to restart the building process. And it didn't actually turn out to be too bad. I was kind of being dramatic. When I actually went through and redid it all, it wasn't bad. But the issue was where I put this original platform, it was 3 blocks too tall. So if we fly on up here to the very top, oh, I missed. You can see these guys. You just saw that piglin jump through the trapdoor here. Originally, when I first built this, I got all the way to the top and I felt like something was missing, and these were missing, which caused other mobs to spawn, first of all. But the biggest thing is that because we're using those turtle eggs right here to funnel these guys in, with it being too high, this is the block limit, it can't go any higher. With the way that the platform's all lined up, they would just be able to jump in and land on the egg, so that this whole top platform wasn't even working. So I really contemplated just removing the top platform and leaving it all, and losing a little bit of the rates, but I eventually just kind of decided to tear the whole thing down and rebuild it. So everything's working. So this is Gnembom's gold farm, and it's not the fastest gold farm. It is really like nice, honestly, for XP and stuff like that. If I were to use portal technology, that's really loud. If I were to use the portal technology where you do like some crazy stuffs with transporting everybody and then bringing them back in, the rates would go up significantly, but I'm not really looking to do that, like I said. But for the most part, it works really well, and I think it's actually a really cool looking design. You can see that like it would be a really cool like industrial type of building, but with how wide these platforms are, it would have been a huge building, and I don't know if I had the motivation to build something around it, and I think it may have even affected rates. So I'll probably keep trying to design something to go around this, because it's pretty cool. But if you look around here, I'll turn on free cam so I don't give you guys motion sickness, or maybe it'll make it worse. I don't know. So we have the landing platform here. What happens is this distance on the bottom platform is enough for them to fall to their death, and we get the zombie flesh and the gold ingots, which is pretty good. If I AFK at the top there, over there, I can AFK and it still gets me pretty good rates. But because if I have looting on a sword, it drops gold ingots. It's actually a little bit more efficient if I sit down here with my sword, this nice looting sword in my hand. The cool thing about this one is, honestly, it's a lot of fun. It uses these hopper minecarts here to do fast or quick unloading. So you can see with these hitboxes that this minecart hopper is above these two, which is pulling them out double speed. Same with this one, is being pulled out by both of these. I think actually the way I position those, it might just be, just slightly off-centered. I can't tell. It might be close enough that I'm getting double unloading there. So then it goes down here. When it notices an item is in there, it pulls it out, knocks it out, and then it drops them in here. The cobwebs, I believe, are for alignments, because if you don't have these, the items will kind of spew out left and right. And so it's a pretty cool, unique way. I actually didn't know that that's what these were used for until this. So it like straightens them out and it makes them drop all the way down. And then we have this cool little staircase elevator pusher thing, which pushes them all down just like that. And then We have this down here, which is a honey block and a ender chest. I think you can use a normal chest as well, but I had plenty to spare. A honey block isn't a full block, so it pushes them perfectly onto the side here, and because this isn't a full block either, it lines it up so the blocks perfectly slide along this little axis here and graze against the hoppers. So it's a pretty cool little system. I actually try to use this for the bartering farm as well because I liked it and I've never really got to work with it, and it's super simple and it just kind of gives me experience working with it. So to move on to the bartering system, this one has a very large storage system. I think I might actually run out of space and might have to figure out a way to kind of extend it because it produces so many blocks and other items that I probably won't know what to do with. But I think for now it'll kind of serve the purpose of what I need it for, and then if we need to expand it later, we can. So this will be about, I think, 4 chests tall. If anything, I can make it go down further if I'm running out of space, or try to maybe make a shulker loading system in the future. If it's something I'm using regularly, that might not be a bad idea. So this is the bartering farm. This is it. This little bit right here is pretty much what runs the rest of the farm. So if you look at it, eventually there'll be hoppers underneath these chests pulling out the gold, and we have a lot. While I was building this, I think it's stops here. This is the last chest, and then we have gold ingots in the front, and gold ingots, gold nuggets over here. These will mainly be crafting all of these gold nuggets into gold ingots, and then these will be pulling down here. So right here, you know what, let's go to free cam. I slowed it down a little bit so we can kind of smoothly walk through this. So the crafters, you can hear them going. They're just constantly on rapid fire like this. This is how that's set up. There's just a observer clock facing into the crafter, and it's just rapid firing the the gold ingots. Everything goes into this barrel, which is then stored like as a backup storage solution, which then goes into this dropper in here. And so there's a pressure plate here, and it's kind of important. So this is turned on. I'll show you real quick. I have this little turn on mechanism. There's probably cooler or more efficient ways to do this, but because it's glass floor, I thought it'd be kind of fun to do like a more mechanical looking one. So you click it, it turns it on. You can hear that's going. The timer back there is turning on and off just like that, which is going to start to push similar to how this works. You can watch this one. It pushes out, pushes across. This is the same timer that's just going to turn on and off, and then it'll push out, push across, and it'll go all the way across. And because there's no light sources here, I just have buttons on the top of those ice blocks. I keep hearing gas sounds, and I'm so scared that one's going to spawn and blow this up. So I'll turn that off. A lot of clicky noises already. So if we go back down there, this pressure plate actually restricts this dropper from actually dispensing any more gold. So it'll dispense like 4 or so. I think this can be gold or iron. I don't think it matters. It'll dispense 4 gold, and it'll stop itself from just spamming all of the gold that's in this barrel, which allows the... oh, I turned it off at the wrong time, I think, right when it activated. Oh, did I break it? Let's put this back real quick before. Okay. There we go. Okay. So if I stop this at the wrong time, this stays out and this pulls it back, which is no bueno. So this is where the piglin are going to be, and it uses this is where Potato Noir's design kind of comes into play. It uses this trapdoor where the piglin are going to they're going to pick up the gold from right here, and they're going to just drop everything right here. And because of this trapdoor, it pushes everything aside, and like all of the blocks, it'll push the piglins as well, but it'll keep them stuck here because they can't fall down. But the items will fall. It'll kind of be more clear when we get this all up and running. The piglin are going to be here. This honey block pushes the piglin and the items over. The items fall, they get pushed across, but the piglin come back because of this trapdoor. I think you can put about 30 in here. We're going to put about 15, just because if we have too many, the gold goes away faster than it's made. So 15 is perfect, and it still produces quite a bit of stuff. If I want to improve it in the future, I just have to change the gold farm above, or maybe add some layers to it. I'm not sure. I feel like there's probably a way to improve that. And now we need to make the piglin farm over there. That's a Crimson Forest. They spawn a lot more, so we'll make a little platform and transport them all the way over here to fall into that little hole, and then I think it's pretty much done. So here's the platform. What's going to happen is I'm going to build all the way up, well, try to build all the way up to build height. And then because we're in a crimson forest, if you look over here, right here, the piglin are going to spawn, and they don't like soul torches, so they'll run away from those. I think they also don't like these. I can't remember. And then we got some pumpkins in here, and then they'll walk by, and then they'll fall down, and they'll kind of stay in here for a little bit. So only 14 of them. 14 should stay spawned because I have the carved pumpkin, and then we'll transport them all the way back over there. So now, oh, please don't shoot me. The idea is I'm going to place a minecart. They're going to go over this rail, fall, and then I'll put minecart furnaces behind them. I got hiccups. And then they'll go all the way across and then end up in the hole. We'll see if this works. So let's get one going. There's one. Sorry, little guy. Oh, that was dumb. I don't know why I did that. Hey, they're zooming. They're way ahead. They're not losing any momentum. Okay, okay. My cart's still coming? Still coming. It's not going to kill him, is it? Okay, good, good, good. And then they fall, and then they fall, and then they get scared of the torch there, and they fall in. Okay. I think we can make this work. Try to get all of those guys in there. I have a feeling this isn't going to work. Something's going to go wrong. Okay. Oh. I see. I see the issue. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Bad. Bad, bad, bad. Did it just go through that? Oh, you can do it. Please. There they go. So it looks like 3 per furnace cart. Got it. See if we can do 4. I think there's only 1 guy left in here. And he didn't get picked up. Nice. There you go. Oh, it's because it was... I put down the... Hey, man. No! No! Go, 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 please! No! Alright. Where's the other one? Wonder if this will work. Nope. Yes? No? No. Okay. And pop. And then pop. And then... Perfect. Now they're in there. We can finish cleaning this up. This is a little different. Like I said, I had watched Potato Noir's video if you want a deep dive. But the only big difference is that I'm using 1 item here versus, I think it's 48 up there. So the filler items are 4 blocks, and the actual item, like in this case would be an iron nugget, is 48 blocks or something like that. So it just helps because there's so many items coming through here, especially at the beginning. The blackstone, there's 4 different slots. I'll show you kind of how I have it organized. So we have blackstone, gravel, 4 blackstone, 2 gravel, 2 soul sand, 2 crying obsidian, and 1 singular obsidian. I let it run for a little bit to gather a couple things. And it's doing pretty good. I mean, I let it run for like 5 minutes, so that's pretty good. The thing I really care about is the quartz. There's not a lot of that, but it'll be all right. It's better than me mining, which is fine. And then we have a little bit of extra iron. Still not going to be super efficient, but it's going to be helpful, I guess. And then this thing. So this sorts potions, and this sorts books. Just any book, and I think you should watch his video if you want to learn how to do it. I'm going to try my best to explain my understanding of it. We start up here. These hoppers aren't filtered at all. There's nothing in these hoppers. They're just going into this dropper, which then goes into this bookshelf, or it tries to. If it can, it'll spit a book into the chiseled bookshelf, and then it'll go through this hopper chain and go into this. If it can't go into this bookshelf, it'll just go straight down, and then it'll go over here, and then it'll go down into this dropper. And then if it's a potion or some type of potion material that can go into here, it'll shoot into this. It'll be immediately pulled out, shot into this dropper chain all the way up, and then gets put into this hopper chain. And then there's a ton of other stuff that I don't really care about, like ender pearls, fire charges, spectral arrows, and boots. And those go into this hopper and into this dropper and then shot into the fire. Pretty cool thing. I can probably change it later if I want to add like another section for, I don't know, maybe I do need fire chargers eventually. I can add another little row. I think maybe I might need to add like another piston pusher, but I should be able to add another row to get more items. So let's turn it on and I'll show you how it works in action. So we got this little on-off switch. Again, works pretty cool. You can see that this is dumping out, here, I'll come down here. It was dumping out gold. There's 4 sitting there because all of these guys took all the gold. It'll spit out until they take it all, and they'll have some stored here, but it basically tells this thing to stop so that no more gold shoots out and it's just not wasting any gold. It's a pretty cool little thing. It works really well, so it doesn't eat all the gold right away and none of it despawns ever. And then, yep, just like that, it'll go all the way down. You can see if we, maybe we can see, maybe we can't. I'll wait for it to push. You can see that this piston pushed these guys over but kept attached to that, to the trapdoor. You'll see the items just barely fall down and then back out. So that's how that system works. It's probably easier to see it than the explanation I was giving earlier. And then of course we got these guys here. I do have it only as an on-off switch so that I can collect the gold ingots if I want to. There's a block or a sticky piston block here that's pushing a redstone block into this. If I ever decide to use this to collect gold, like maybe I want to use this as a beacon thing because it collects, this is probably the fastest ore gold ore farm I have. So if I want to start making beacons, which I might start doing, I can make a gold beacon really quickly if I just turn this off. It only turns off this chest, which is the main ingot chest. It'll keep pulling all of these nuggets out of this entire chain because I don't really need those. I feel like it'd probably be just fine if I have these. So you can see in here, it's actively dumping everything in here, and I'm actually pretty close to being empty in the chest up here, but all of it is stored in the hoppers down here, and it's pretty full. So we're not going to run out for a while. So it's a pretty cool little thing. I think it's going to work really well for our use case, mainly for quartz, and then of course these other blocks. I'm going to use the gravel in the next episodes, and I'll probably be using obsidian as well. It's going to be a useful thing. I also would have loved to have this as the blackstone, because I built that massive roof with blackstone and it would have been nice to have. It's hindsight. Now we have a farm for it if we ever decide to build something like that again. And so this is the first step into making our lives easier from here on out, because I don't have farms like this in the world. In the next episode, we're going to do a little bit of something like this again. I have an idea. I'm thinking of building a massive super smelter and getting started on a chest or a sorting room, a really big one, because I honestly don't like the little chest room we have. But we're also going to do some building in the next episode as well, and I think it's going to be a fun little project. It's actually going to be it's going to be an addition to a project instead of just working on a new one. We're finally going to start working on projects that we worked on in the past and try to at least get a good start to connecting everything, because right now there's not a lot of connection. It's all just random builds placed in the world, and that doesn't feel good. After doing the EchoCraft videos and making my base feel like an actual base, it's made me want to do that in this world too. So we'll start to do that here in the next couple episodes too. Ooh, an hour and a half later, and I am very happy. I think this is going to be a really useful farm. So we really care about quartz. We got a full chest. Oh, it's so good. I'm so happy. I don't have to farm for quartz that much anymore. This is going to be great. We actually ended up getting almost a full row of iron. Very useful. Lots of leather. That comes in handy if I want to build books. And we have a ton of soul speed, which I have no use for right now, but still good. Lots of potions. This is actually going to be useful because I need bottles, so maybe I can turn this into like a bottle making station instead, because I don't really need all of this right now. Let's see, what else do we care about? Lots of string. This will be useful for candles and stuff. Nether brick. Maybe I can use it for something. And then obsidian, crying obsidian. Soul sand has one full chest and a little bit left. Gravel is going crazy. Got 3. Blackstone, I think, is almost full. Yeah, we got 2 full chests for that. So an hour and a half later, we got plenty of stuff. This is going to be a very useful farm. I'm very, very happy that we have it finally in the world. And with that, I think we're going to call it an episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry that this wasn't any crazy build. This was a little different than normal. So I still hope you enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun, or at least I had a lot of fun building it. It's nice. I really like redstone stuff. So I hope you enjoyed it. There was one small little thing I wanted to mention here at the end. I'm going to do a Patreon. I'm going to open up a Patreon here in the next maybe couple weeks or so. A lot of you guys have been asking for some of my builds, and I think that would be a really easy way for me to kind of get it all out there while also still having the support. So it's kind of a soft launch. I'm not going to announce it anywhere. I feel like if you guys made it this far in the video, you might actually might actually be interested in stuff like that. So I'll put it in the description. There's going to be more than just builds. There's some small things where you can be, your name will be at the end of the video in that small little cut we normally do. And I think there's also another one where I'll have a way for your name to be engraved in the world somewhere. I haven't figured out exactly how to do that yet, but I think it's something we can all talk about. If that's something you're interested in, I can find a more fun way to do it. And there'll be like small little things like the some polls, deciding on maybe episode ideas or getting your feedback on stuff, some quick like behind the scenes stuff that might be interesting to you all. And I'm also looking into doing a Discord. That one's gonna be a little tougher because I kind of have to make sure that it's a safe place for everybody to be. I want pretty good moderation before I do jump into anything, and I can't always be there to watch. So that's something I'm thinking about. So just keep an eye out for the Discord. I'm still trying to work on all the details. I think that'd be a really fun way for us all to kind of connect and kind of get to start to build a more of a close-knit community. I want to say thank you again for all the support in the most recent episodes and the continuous support behind the scenes. I really appreciate all of it. It's been a lot of fun to see your guys' comments and feedback. I just want to let you know I really appreciate it all the time. I try to get to every comment, so if I miss any, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I try to get them all. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.